everyone, back here with the 220 and all of its glory. American cichlids are doing fine. Anyhow, brought you guys here today. I wanted to talk about the tank a little bit. You know that I've been talking about upgrading the return pump, and that finally came in, so I'm super excited about that. Excuse me. That's what we'll be doing today. I'll get down as close as I can to the pump area and remove the old one and put the new one in. Probably have to cut some hoses and stuff, so that way this may help demonstrate for someone that's new to how a sump works or something around them lines, and show you the pump that I got, and then we'll kind of go from there and we'll close this video out. I'm not going to make a long tutorial step by step, but I could explain the process at a later date. A lot of other fish keeper YouTubers have done videos such as this. So anyways, without further ado, I will introduce you to the new pump and explain why I chose this particular one. Alright, here we are with the Marine DC pump, known as the Jabeo DCT 4000. It's known as the 4000 because it pumps 4,000 liters per hour. It's not necessarily a big pump, but it is a very reliable and a pump that is cost effective, rounding out at around $80 US. And I've heard a lot of good things about this pump. With that being said, alright, and here it is, and it's not very big. I chose this pump because it is energy efficient and it is very versatile. You can use it as an inline pump, or you can use it as a submerged pump, meaning underwater. It comes with a controller. You can adjust it, shut it off in 10-minute intervals for your feeding. You adjust it up or down by the positive or the negative button, and you can see here it has a feed feature on it, which is really cool. And not so much innovative. I mean, it's been around for a while, more used in the saltwater hobby. But we'll go ahead and open the sump doors, and I'll set you up there and kind of talk about what's going on there. So as you can see, I have the camera focused in on my sump, more specifically the chamber in which it has my return pump. You can see a couple little convicts swimming around in there. Well, they're not really little, they're 3 and 5 inch. Anyways, what I need to do is remove the lid from it. As you can see, I'll zoom out. I'm going to remove the lid, the light, and move that out of the way. I will shut the ball valve down there, as you can see right up here, and then I will unplug the old pump. Now, of course, me being me, I made it to this point and realized that I should put a towel on the floor. You could drain your return chamber, which I could do. It's not really a big deal for me to work in the water because they're all thread-on fittings, and then I just pop the hose onto the barb fittings. The only issue with doing that and making a mess is because I'll have to make sure that the hose will reach the new pump, which we shouldn't have too big of a problem, but we don't have a whole lot of play because it is PVC from the water level out up to the tank. Hard plumbed, as you would call it. Anyways, I'm gonna get a towel, get that set up, and then we'll move a little further. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna drain some water out of that particular chamber. And actually, the way the chambers are set up, we're going to be removing water from 2 chambers, so I'll probably remove about 10 gallons or 2 5-gallon buckets worth of the water. I didn't take into consideration that I couldn't shut off my overflows, so as you can see, it drains to that point, in which case it is down there now. So anyways, we'll drain that out, and then I will go from there. So the water level is down quite a bit, as you can see, and it did take both 5-gallon buckets as I predicted. Now I need to unscrew. There is a fitting here that connects the hose to a barb fitting, and then a threaded barb fitting down here where I need to remove a screw where there's 2 O-clamps. Let me remove them band clamps, and then we'll continue further in the disassembly process. So I am aware that I will be in the way quite a bit, but I got the clamp off. I ended up having to cut into it because I used that really hard braided cord, and it makes it really difficult. Anyways, then we just make sure the cord is clear. It's not going to be obstructed by anything. Lift it up, let it drain off. So I was having some sound issues again. So I decided to record over this. What I was doing there was removing the pump, which I do talk about. Remove the hose, clamps, and then on to measuring the hose here shortly. This is kind of a crucial process, especially when it is hard plumbed, meaning with PVC, because it's not as easy to work with or as forgiving once you're getting the fittings on, and it becomes a real bear to remove it in such a tight space and put it back on, remove it, etc. So what we're doing here is finding the right fittings that I need for the hose that I'm using, which is a braided 3/4 inch vinyl hosing. You can get at your local Menards or hardware store of sorts, and it tends to work really well, and it is very durable. Oh, okay, maybe we don't have to use that. Sorry about the noise on the table while I'm rummaging through the pieces. So I got the pump out, and I'll be back with you shortly. We'll start setting up the new pump, and of course I'll have to measure the hose and all that when we come back. We have our new piece of hose, and what's funny is it was basically the same height with this extension that had to go on here, or attachment, to make it so it was like barely 1/4 of an inch shorter, or taller rather, than the original pump and attachments that were in there. So all we're going to do, I'm going to put the pin in here, seems easier to bend down here. And I know these are pretty boring commentary, so hopefully one of you gets something from this. The biggest reason why I cut out quite a bit of the boring stuff, but try to keep some of it that is informative. Give it a run for its money, per se. You don't want to be too hard on it, rough on it, anything of that nature. But we have that part. Now I'm going to go ahead and put on this plant. And all I'm doing in this part is putting the O-ring clamp, lining it up with the barb fitting, and tightening it down. These are just minor things that do pay off in the long run to make it function so much better. Hopefully the sound is a little better in this video. I'm having sound issues. No, Jarrett, the sound isn't much better, but we're going to fix that problem. I just want it to be better for you guys, especially when I'm further away from the camera. I do have zoom sound that tends to be scratchy, and I want it to sound better, maybe a lot better quality coming in the future. That's in the works. Around DCT 4000, 24 volt, 30 watts. So Jarrett, stop rambling and install the pump, man. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. This on. We'll be able to lift it up and screw it in up there. Let me, next I will put it into the water. So after a little fighting and fussing, the pump is in. And it's on there. I could have pushed it a little further up on the fitting. Generally I would heat the hose up with some really hot water and work another fitting aside from this into it a couple times, heat it again and get it over here, and then it will go on a lot easier. I didn't do that. I'm going to check for leaks, as you should do anyways. Got the other heater reinstalled, and it's looking good. And these guys are down here because the convicts, pink convict male, wherever he is hiding, and the striped convict female terrorize this guy here. They just straight up terrorize him. So anyways, that's the tank. Not a whole lot of changes, just a few. Anyways, this is where my heater's down here in the sump. So I need to get this up and running as soon as possible. Let me get the camera set back up. I'm gonna have to get my water level back to normal. Let me treat 2 5-gallon buckets of water to get it ready for the tank. And I'll be back with you guys shortly. And we'll test it out, make sure everything is going as planned, and I will send you guys on your way today. Alright, so the pump is rocking and rolling and going strong. I didn't record mounting the controller and the AC adapter and all that. I'll clean up these wires off camera. I just wanted to show you the finished product. That is the controller if I didn't get a good close-up of it. The Bayo. And yeah, I just have to adjust it now to about where I want it. I want it around 1,800 gallons per hour give or take. I'm just going to slowly ramp it up to that and see where my limits are with the overflows. I'm pretty sure it can handle about 2,400 gallons per hour. But that's a little bit too much flow for this system. So I'll play with it and see what I can do. Anyways, I'll head back out to normal view and close this video out. So there you have it. There was me partially filming, installing the J-Cod, Jabeo, whatever you want to call it, G-Cod, Jabeo, DCT 4000 return pump. Like I said, I didn't put the controller and all that installation and little minor things in the video. But if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Like this video if you enjoy my tank as much as I do, or you enjoy me talking about some of the things that I talk about and do. I do have a lot more planned for future videos. It's just working up to that. You know, it takes a little bit of time, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. And I appreciate all the new subscribers out there. I really do. Trying to engage with my audience a little more. So every comment, every like, and subscription really means a lot to me as a YouTuber, but just as a fish keeper, knowing that other people want to see what I'm doing. Oh, I love it, and I enjoy it very much. So I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Here in Illinois and the United States, it is cold, so I could start putting out 2 videos a week until it warms up outside, and I may even do a few more than that. Again, I do work a full-time job, so you get it. I understand if you guys don't have time for every video. I appreciate you watching the ones that you do watch. Anyways, this is my 220-gallon American Cichlid tank. Saying peace. Yeah, and I'm on about 7 weeks of no smoking. Almost 2 months, I think.